been 1 year since last year's Pride Rocks. I mean, when is it coming up again?
May 17th, just weeks away.
That's crazy. I mean, it went like this year, and it's great to see Adrian, Lake, my wonderful wife, Beth.
Hello.
And we are excited to be part of it again. So thank you for being here today.
And thank you for allowing us to participate. Wonderful event.
We're excited to partner with the two of you as well. It has been great over this past year to get to know you even more, and it has just flown by.
It has.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're
Fast.
excited to be back for Pride Rocks.
This year was a big year for you guys. NCCJ changed the name. What is it now?
Nurturing community, cultivating justice.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
great.
Congratulations on that. Tell us about this
Excellent.
year. What's going on?
Please.
Pride Rocks.
Yeah, so we have Pride Rocks coming up, and Pride Rocks. This is actually the 5th year, which is really exciting to us. In 5 years, we've grown this from a small little weekend event for 25 high school students to this year anticipating about 3,000 people from the community
Wow,
coming out.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's been incredible, and something I think that's really unique and special about Dayton is that this event happened because Dayton wanted this event to happen, right? Like, we didn't say after year one that we wanted to make this a thing that was beyond just that small activity for high school students. The community came to us and said, when are you going to make it this big community celebration? And that's just been really magical to see with Pride Rocks, that people have brought the support to us, and we have had this really magical opportunity, I think, to bring people together. Last year, meeting with you all was a great example of that magic, right? Like, we didn't come seeking, connecting with you all to create this award.
Right.
It naturally came about, and that's really, I think, that's the beauty of Dayton, but that's the beauty that we've really seen in this event is people want to work together, people want to collaborate.
No doubt.
Well, and I think that's the beauty of connectedness, and relationship building. And this award that we're talking about, right, is all about a relationship.
It sure
And
is.
somebody special in your life.
Very much so.
Beth, you
Very
want to
much
tell
so.
us about that? The Brandon Sawyers Award?
Sure. Brandon Sawyers, this is called the Brandon Sawyers Community Champion Award. Brandon was a very, very special, endearing, beloved young man in our lives. Alex dated Brandon for about 5 years, so he became very much family. And then that relationship went by the wayside, and Brandon, about 3 years ago now, died by suicide. And it just broke our hearts. It absolutely is devastating. Brandon was the kind of person that you would meet on the street and he would lighten your day. I mean, you were always perfect for Brandon. He just made you feel very, very special. So we want to honor Brandon's memory. We want to do this forever, as long as we're around, and I'm hoping for 50 years. That's
Fingers
110, yeah. So every year we're going to choose somebody very special in the community who has worked with kids who are struggling in whatever way. This year, we love to say anything.
Can we announce
Can
who
we?
this is?
Yes, we can.
Oh.
Yeah, you
This is
ready?
your
Okay.
chance.
All right,
Okay,
a little
drum
bit of a
roll.
drum
Not too
roll.
much drum roll.
Okay.
Now,
Okay. Michael Knote will be winning the award this year. Michael Knote is just a spectacular human being. He is a champion. He takes care of so many people who are struggling in so many ways. And we're so proud to have known Michael for as many years as we have. I can't imagine anyone who provides more strength and character and brilliance in community. So we're very proud to offer this to Michael Knote this year.
and his flock has grown all these years. We've watched his organization grow and have a gay day, and it's wonderful. We've gone and visited him a few times, and just he keeps growing and doing more and more things. So he's not stopping either, just like we're not stopping, like you're not stopping. And it's just all about giving back and helping people. And that's what we are. That's what you guys are. And that's why it's a great bonding right here.
It
So
is.
Absolutely.
We're proud to be part of it. And I just want to say, last year when we were at Pride Rocks, it was huge. It was great.
Huge. Like
Beautiful
2,000
sunny
people?
day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we got on stage, and no, we really enjoyed it. And this year, I think we're bringing a couple of the grandkids with us. So.
Yeah, we
That's
are.
awesome.
Pretty wonderful.
We're excited for that.
Well, and that's one of the nice things about Pride Rocks is it is a family-friendly celebration.
Absolutely.
Great place to
Right.
bring everyone together. And I think that Michael Knote is a really wonderful recipient for this. There's so many things that he does for our community, giving back,
Absolutely.
helping people that are really struggling in many, many different ways.
Yeah.
So I think that he is an ideal candidate for the Brandon Sawyers
Community champion.
Community Champion Award.
Go, Michael Knote.
Can we? I'd love to take a step back because it's interesting. I don't think we've ever really talked about where this award came from. You know, and I know we've talked about Brandon, but I don't know if we've told the story of us getting to the space where we we said, hey, let's create this award in Brandon's memory, right? Thinking back to, it was just about a year ago, right? That we all sat down for the first time.
Yeah. I think Doug and I sit in our courtyard every single night, rain, snow, whatever, because we have a big ceiling over it and heaters. And we talk about life in general. What was our day like? Details on moments to moment of being Beth and Doug in the day. And it was about a year and a half ago that we were talking about how much we miss Brandon and what a light in the world he was, and what could we do? What could we do to honor that? So it was very much a long conversation of like what would be the best way that we can put this together. And I think it was like the next day. It was just odd that we were talking with you guys about, again, life in general and how much we enjoy you guys. And I think we just put our heads together and thought this would be a wonderful way to present this award with the love of the community. Can't say enough. As you're saying, the love of the Dayton community is so strong. And we just thought that was just a no-brainer. Brandon's family came last year to the event. I think that was hard. I also think it was just one of the most beautiful things for them to have that moment.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it evolving.
I do too. And let me say, as far as Brandon's family, if you were at Pride Rocks last year, you may remember it, and I'm sure for the three of us or the four of us, we do. They showed up in these matching T-shirts, with his picture, and it was touching, but it was also a very visual remembrance that everyone at that event would have seen his face and his family, and I'm so glad that his entire, so much of his family was able to be there and see his memory be remembered.
Right, and so honored. And there were like maybe 20 of them.
It was a big group.
There was a big group with their matching shirts on.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Well, and I think that's an important part about Pride Rocks is it's about eliminating suicide. And in order to do that, we have to talk about it.
Yep.
We have to reduce the stigma that's connected to this.
Yep.
And by celebrating someone's life, somebody who did die by suicide, by celebrating him, we can help other people to have those conversations. Maybe people will feel more comfortable speaking up or asking for help. And at the event, there are all sorts of people, all sorts of providers that are there to help out.
Yeah.
And it's a great place for anyone that might be struggling or anyone that wants to connect to come and learn about the amazing resources in our community.
That's
and
what
how do you know?
Sorry.
No, I was going to say.
I was amazed how many different booths were there and how many different people helping, like you said, different ones I didn't realize were in town. So I went around and met a lot of people last year and look forward to doing it again this year.
And you just wonder how many lives you're touching in that event. The fact that there's so many people that are speaking to what they can do to provide resource. And they're just are silent numbers in that crowd. They're just going, thank you. I hear you. Thank you. You see me.
Right. Well, and we need people to be seen right now.
Yep. 100%
And I'm also
agree.
proud of our firm being one of the sponsors again this year because we'll be there every year with you because we believe in helping the community the best we can. So thanks for having us be a sponsor, too.
We really appreciate it. I think we've talked a lot about this in our organization. Like, Dayton businesses are really showing the community that these are topics that they care about, and as we think about, particularly as we think about suicide, there's so much stigma that's caused businesses historically to avoid the topic. And so, we're thankful to the firm, but we're thankful to all of the sponsors who have said, like, no, we're gonna prioritize talking about these things, right? Like, the more that we give, the more power we give to stigma, the more that we look at suicide as one of the S words or whatever, the greater the problem is, right? Like, the more we talk about it, the more that people are willing to get help, the more that people know what help exists. This year, so far, we're over a month out, we have 100 vendors registered for Pride Rocks. It's incredible.
Well done.
We're going to get to the point that I want to get to the point that we outgrow Levitt, right? That's the goal is let's keep bringing the resources there where suddenly it's like, man, we got to close down all these streets because so many people want to show the community what's available, right? And whether that is a counseling office, showing someone that there's affirming counseling services, or even, as you talk about your firm, it's also showing the community that the businesses in the community stand with you, right? Like you can come into our office and know that you are going to be seen and your experience is going to be validated. And like, that's important as well. I mean, that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's suicide prevention, to know that you can be seen and affirmed in local businesses in your community. That's important, right? It's a clear message to send. So that's my long-winded thank you.
That was so well said.
Plus, I just want to mention, you can stop by our booth and get a free tiger pen, too, while you're there. So,
hey, there you go.
I mean, that's no but we are happy to be part of the sponsorship team. So, and, of course, Flock will be there, too. And
oh, absolutely. And I got to tell you, one thing when you talk about community, with Flock, I got maybe 100 requests per week for various resources. I've never had to turn anyone down in 16 years. That's the kind of community that Dayton is.
Yep.
You knock, you tap on a door. People are so caring, they're so compassionate, and I think this Pride Rocks event just shows you how much the community can come together and provide safety and love and care. Dayton rocks.
And I think it should be said again, the date and the time and when should we be there?
Yeah, May 17th, Levitt Pavilion. The event's 11 to 4. It's a new, longer time this year. We've added an hour, so 11 to 4. We figure let's keep the fun going. It's an opportunity for another musician to play. And, at Pride Rocks, we got, like I said, there's about 100 local vendors currently signed up.
That's terrific.
And vendors keep coming every single day. So I anticipate that number will keep going up. We'll have food trucks, amazing food lined up. So we'll have locally owned food trucks there, performers on the stage throughout the entire time, local bands performing.
Hey, Lake, by the way, what time do I sing?
We're still figuring out that time. That's how we're going to get.
Cut the mic when that happens.
That is that's our marketing strategy to get to 3,000 people this year. Is we're going to get you up on stage to sing, good or bad, we're not sure, but the people will love it. I'm sure the people will love it.
No, it's going to be great.
And then central to the event, which I love, is the actual rock painting, right? People will say Pride Rocks. I love the word Pride Rocks because it's like Pride does rock, but also we're literally creating Pride Rocks. And so we paint, this year we'll probably paint a few thousand or so rocks. And we're talking about thousands of pounds of rocks also. So I always put that out, we're talking a pickup truck full of rocks that we're painting. And so we have community members paint these beautiful messages of positive affirmation on these rocks that are stamped with the suicide hotline. And one of the things that I love, and the rocks are an outcome of this about Pride Rocks, we're going to have 3,000 or so people at Pride Rocks this year, but that's one market, right?
Yep.
We're also going to have tens of thousands of people who are going to see billboards about the event. We're going to have people who see this video. We're going to have people who see social media. We're going to have people who see the rocks. We're going to have people that get one of these resource cards afterwards. We're going to have people who, I connect with this affirming counselor and I have a friend in need and I pass that information along, right? And so as we look at the impact of the event, it's great we get those 3,000 people there and those 3,000 people leave with a lot, but I love that the event continues to spread, right? The message is beyond, as we talk about stigma, even if you can't make it, but you see that billboard that talks about suicide prevention, that tips, that's chipping away at stigma.
And you distribute the rocks all through the community, right?
Absolutely.
So they're seen by every,
the original idea of Pride Rocks was I'm walking through a park and, someone's in their head, they're having a really bad day. They're feeling really, really bad.
Yep.
They look down, they see this beautiful, bright rock. They pick it up, and they see that suicide hotline, right? What a powerful message is that? And we can all kind of imagine ourselves in that space where, we needed that bright thing to change the entire trajectory of our day. And I believe deeply that one of these rocks can be that, whether it's the one that the little 3-year-old drew, little scribbles on, or it's the masterpiece that I cannot comprehend how they did this with a little paint marker on a rock, or anything in between. It just brings such joy.
What a profound impact just to find that rock. Really beautiful.
Well, and it's so important because when someone is struggling with depression, you're feeling so alone.
Yeah.
And nobody cares. And this is what is so beautiful about Pride Rocks is because every person there cares. Every person is there, wants to see everybody live a happy life. And that's what it's about. It's knowing that you're valued and cared for, and that's what we see there.
And that's what you feel. The whole temperature is just full of love and care and compassion. It's a beautiful place to be. Please come.
And we'll be there for sure. So we look forward to it, and next year too. Let's just keep growing this thing. I agree with you.
Thank you. No, we appreciate both of you, and it's an honor for us to be part of honoring Brandon's life, and honoring the people who are creating a difference, in this world is really special to us. So we are so glad to be able to share that experience with you all.
We thank you guys so much for everything you're doing, and we are just looking so forward to coming to the event.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Well,
thank you.
In closing, I want to say May 17th, 11 to 4.
11 to 4.
Levitt
hour.
Pavilion, extra hour. Absolutely. It's fun. It's free. It's family friendly. You don't need to register. Show up as you are. And I think it's important that we say this, as we're talking about suicide, that if somebody is in need of support, reach out, right? Like, support is there. It's okay not to be okay, but ask someone for support. So, you can call 988, call or text 988 at this point for free 24-hour suicide prevention services. And, if you're hearing this and you're someone who is in need of that support, reach out.